Salute to everybody. Salute, peace and power, health, strength, and wealth for everybody for the 2025 and beyond. God bless you, your family, your loved ones, your children, your career, your homes, so on, so forth. It's been a while since I've been really posting any videos. I've been working on some other things in my life, music. I'll leave a link for that. Whoever wants to enjoy my music, I would appreciate if you subscribe, leave a comment, let me know that you're coming from my podcast and show me some support. That would be highly appreciated. So what I'm gonna do today is get into how we allow as society to perpetuate and control. One of the first things is we allow society on a whole to dictate or perpetuate how we react or our reaction to things that we see, to things that we hear. Meaning, we could see something on the television, excuse me, we could see something on the television and let it get the best of our psychological process, meaning the way we need to evaluate what we're seeing and what we're hearing. And a lot of people that deal with media that's on the television double talk, and some people aren't keen or swift enough to catch it or to catch on to it. So what I'm gonna do for the 2025 and beyond is point those things out. Again, that don't make them bad people. It's just time to point these things out. And before I move on, if you are new to my channel, Display Righteousness Direct TV, subscribe, hit the like button, and share the video. And on the flip side, if you're not interested, hit not interested and don't recommend. However, what I say, what I do, or my videos or my content should not trigger anyone to where they're enraged and they want to curse me out or they want to be upset and quote unquote expose me because they don't like what I'm saying and what I'm doing. If my videos are not for you, not interested, and don't recommend. And may God bless you and your family moving forward. If you don't have family, may God bless you. But don't allow me or my videos to trigger you on any level in a negative regard. Okay, so let me continue. So the media are put up when the police do something to someone for a reaction. It's not even if they dead wrong or dead right. So I will be called a black person or a black man, right? Even though I don't look at myself as such, I'm a human being. And that's how I want to be dealt with, like a human being, not as a black person. Because my skin tone doesn't dictate my character, my dignity, or my self-respect or my honor for myself. So I'm not going to allow someone to say what my cultural background is to dictate who I am or to dictate how I should be as a person, as a man, as a father. So if those cops happen to be white that do something to a black person, I'm not going to overreact or underreact. Actually, what I'm going to do is do homework and research, not only on the police officers, but on the person that they did said heinous act towards or to, and vice versa. When someone does something to the police or to a doctor or to a lawyer or to a school teacher or to a regular person, in society, just a regular civilian. I'm not gonna prejudge them or the person they did the act to. I'm gonna do homework and research. Why I'm gonna do that? Because I don't want to over or underreact. Yes, we all are entitled to our opinion, but our opinions are not facts. Our opinions are not facts. And just because someone I could think highly of, or I could have respect for, or I could share things with, that don't mean that they dead wrong or dead right. See, I'm learning that just because I may like something or someone doesn't mean that they're wrong or they're right. But we do that a lot because we like that athlete. We don't want to investigate, or because we dislike someone, we don't want to investigate. They're just wrong in public opinion, or they're right in public opinion. And since we all have access to the internet, a phone, a tablet, a laptop, so on and so forth, we could just type something. We could just say, well, they look guilty. Or I could tell 5 years ago they was into this, or 5 months ago they did. 5 months ago don't got nothing to do with where you at with your life today. Unless 5 months ago you did something that can be proven that you was dead wrong or you're guilty. But someone is not guilty because they have X amount of money, because they're a billionaire. And to become a billionaire, you have to do corruption. I don't believe that. And just because somebody broke, that don't mean they're not making the right moves business wise. Everything is based off circumstance and situation. And whatever circumstance you put yourself in, that may be the outcome for your situation. I'm gonna say that again. Whatever circumstance you put yourself in, that may be the outcome for your situation, or vice versa. Whatever situation you put yourself in, that may be the outcome for your circumstances. But I'm not gonna make no one guilty from public opinion because I dislike that person, or because I like that person, they're not guilty now. So if I dislike you, you're guilty. And if I like you, you're not guilty. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to assume or pre-assume anything based off what I hear. I'm going to do homework and research. I hear tons of things about tons of people. So I've heard things about myself that I know wasn't true. And I heard some things about myself that was true. But that's not going to make me switch up my approach in life and what I'm going to do for my own happiness unless it's directly harming or hurting someone else. But if it's not, I'm going to ignore it. I've heard that I think I'm better than other people because I ignore things that other people won't ignore. I heard I was a mean, evil spirited person because I don't want to deal with ignorant people. I don't want to deal with selfish people. I don't want to deal with people who don't want to be honest or don't want to be held accountable. If that makes me evil for that, no problem. But am I going to go back and forth with someone? Never. Am I going to argue with them? Never. Because I'm not going to take me out of my peaceful mind state of understanding what I need to do to keep my own strength, my own sanity, and not allow someone to not allow me to be myself. I'm going to always be peaceful, be calm. I may speak loudly because I'm compassionate about a topic or a situation, but I'm not speaking loudly because I want to be louder than everybody, or I want to shout and scream to overtalk and to try to drown someone out. No, I'm speaking that way because I'm compassionate about the situation or the circumstance or whatever it is that I'm speaking about or whoever I'm speaking to. Because those who've been keeping up with my platform know I speak to people and not about them. No one is that strong for me to be that weak for me to have to talk about them. But I respect everything and everyone for me to talk to them. But talk about them, I'm not going to do that because I respect myself. It's not even about the other person. I respect me. So since I respect me, I'm going to respect myself enough to talk to them and not about them. They're winning once I have to talk about them. But we both winning when I could talk to them because they can address anything that I'm saying. But when I talk about them, now they got to defend themselves. And now we're going to be at odds because they should defend themselves because they know me. Excuse me. They know themselves better than me. Excuse me. They know themselves better than I know them. Just like I know me better than anyone else does. People may know of me and people may know certain tendencies and habits I may have had, but they don't know if they're not around me daily to know if I broke some of those tendencies, if I broke some of those habits. I used to smoke. Some people that was around me 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago may still believe that I smoke, but I don't any longer. But they haven't been around me. So they're going to say what they remember or what they recall. But the things they remember and they recall, that was then. Now I don't do a lot of things I have done because I had to elevate, I had to grow as a person, first and foremost, then as a man, then as a father. So I'm not going to allow someone to tell me, someone that is white, because I'm supposed to be black. Well, you can't let them call you the N word. No, I'm not going to let anyone call me the N word because I'm not the N word. That's my mentality. That's been my mentality for years now. So if I'm going to be offended, or should I be offended if someone that don't look like me call me the N word? Why, when someone else does it that look like me, I'm not? Oh no, it's slang, or that's something we grew up doing. I'm grown now. I outgrew that. So that's what growing up has done for me, and becoming grown has done for me. So growing up, I outgrew it, and being grown, I'm above that. As long as someone is not trying to physically do harm or hurt to me, it doesn't matter what they say. Because I've been was taught, sticks and stones break my bones. Words should not hurt me. Definitely words that's not true. Definitely words that's not true, or words that don't apply to me. But people say all the time, definitely on this internet thing, I'm strong. I'm a strong person. I'm a strong man. I'm a strong woman. They allow words to bother them, to hurt them. They allow what someone else think about them, hurt them and bother them. And again, definitely when it's not true. It shouldn't be a response regardless, unless it's something detrimental. And I made a video about that. It's the difference between lying to someone and lying on someone. People lie to me all the time. I don't care. But when you lie on me, that's my credibility. I have the right to defend that, and I will defend that because my credibility is all I got. Someone can go tell the authorities that I did something to them that I really didn't do. Someone can tell the authorities that I physically tried to hurt them when I never did. So that is the difference between lying to me and lying on me. Lying to me is nothing. People could tell me, come to my house, I'll feed you, and they don't feed me. They don't have to. They don't have to feed me. Somebody can say, oh, call me this day, I'll give you money. They don't have to. That's lying to me. But lying on me is saying that I did something that I didn't actually do that can get me incarcerated, or that can get me physically hurt, or that can get money taken out of my pocket, or food taken out of my mouth, because they're lying on me. So it's a difference. And when you start to learn differences, things mean less and less to you. I want to see everybody happy. I want to see everybody healthy. But I'm learning, do they want to see themselves happy? Do they want to see themselves healthy? I can't worry about what they want to see for others. Do they want to see themselves that way? See, I understand that a lot of people don't want to see themselves that way. So why should they want to see someone else that way? I want to see that for me. So I know me wanting to see it for someone else is easy. It's simple. But when you don't want to see yourself happy, when you're looking for something to complain about, when you're looking for someone to point the fingers at, it's going to always be that way because you don't like what you see when you're looking in the mirror. And it's not literally the mirror where you can see yourself. It's the mirror of accountability. That's what I call the mirror, accountability. Because it was times and points in my life when I wasn't holding myself accountable for not being a better man, for not being a better person, for not being a better father. And anybody that has been subscribed know they can go back and I've been saying these things. It's just for 2025, I'm going to be more dominant with it. So I don't care who listens to my video or listen to the playback and say, but I don't like this. You don't have to. Not interested, don't recommend. But for those who do leave comments and for those who do appreciate and do reciprocate what I'm saying, thank you. God bless you. But for those who don't, still God bless you. Live your life. But I'm never going to change up because somebody dislikes something that I said. But I'm not going to come to my platform, my podcast, and worry about rumors, gossip, what this person does, what this person is into, how many women this person got, how many men this person sleep with. I don't care about that. That's not my business. They got to worry about that. Because for every action, there's a reaction. So if it's dudes out here sleeping with a lot of women, they better understand. If they sleep with someone's woman and that woman doesn't want to be honest that they have a man or a husband or somebody in their life that care about them at a certain level, they got to be prepared for whatever may come back. They got to be prepared for that because that comes with sleeping with a lot of women. Same thing if you're a woman, you want to have surgeries to get your body done. It's a side effect of that. It's a side effect if you get pregnant by a dude and he doesn't want the baby and you keep it. You say, I can do what I want to do. It's a side effect. He may not be there for that child. Should he be there? Yes. But if he say he doesn't, he shouldn't be forced to be there. Because if you believe it's your body, your choice, you can do what you want. I respect that. But it's a repercussion for if you do it and the man doesn't want to be involved. He may not be there. Should he be placed on child support? No, because he don't want to be there. And remember, you could do what you want. It's your body, your choice. But that don't mean that that man have to accept that it's your body, your choice. So we all got to get to that point where we start understanding. Be mindful of the next person. You don't have to get along with your neighbors. That don't mean you got to disrespect them. You don't got to get along with your coworkers. That don't mean you got to disrespect them. You don't got to get along with family. That don't mean you got to deal with them. So if you got a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, a mother, a father, somebody you don't get along with, just don't deal with them. But that don't mean you got to belittle them. You got to talk about them. You got to trash their name and their reputation. If they're a bad person from your perspective, allow them to exhibit that behavior around other people. And if it comes back to you and say, you know, I dealt with cousin so and so, they this, that, all you think you gotta say to yourself is, that's why I don't deal with them. So if a man is a bad man and he wasn't a righteous father or a righteous husband, you ain't gotta say nothing. But When the energy come back and somebody say, yeah, that person ain't a good father, or good uncle, or good brother, or good provider, you could just say to yourself, I already knew that. I already knew that. But I'm not going to get on the internet and say, my baby mother is, I'm not going to do that. Whether she's a great mom or a bad mom, I'm not going to tell the world about that. And if she have a child by someone else that's not me, and they say the type of mother she ain't, or the type of mother she need to be, that's between them. I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm going to mind my business. And I'm thankful I learned how to do that. Mind my business. If I'm not going to sincerely help out, I'm going to mind my business. If I'm not going to sincerely help the person, I'm going to mind my business. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mind my business. But for me to belittle or to trash talk or to put somebody down, I'm not going to do that. I don't care about the people who do that. That's between them and the people they doing it to. For me, I'm not going to do it. I got so much things that I got to better in my life. I ain't got time to look at what other people need to work on. Now, if somebody come to me for advice or they asking me what should they do, that's different. That's different. But I'm not going to talk about Jane Doe or John Doe. I used to always tell people to email me for my healing experience. And I appreciate and God bless the people who have took advantage of that one free experience. I really appreciate those people who have done that. However, when you out here doing what you want to do, how can you knock someone else or try to belittle someone else that's doing it? I don't do what I want to do. I do what I got to do. I do what the Most High, God, or Jesus, or Yahweh, or Yahshua is ordaining me to do. I can't do what I want to do because I know I'm gonna have to pay a stiff consequence for that. But I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So when I do something, I have no other choice. I have to do it. I have to do it. And I'm not doing it to harm anyone, hurt anyone. And I don't mind apologizing. That make me more of a man, not less than one. For saying I apologize. I didn't know what I said affected you, harmed you, hurt you, or something I did. I didn't know that it affected you in that way. That make me more of a man, not less than one. I hold myself accountable because I don't want someone else to. A judge, the police. I don't want them to hold me accountable. So if I do it to myself, then I could look in that accountability mirror and say, but I held myself accountable. So it doesn't matter what someone else is going to tell me about me. I acknowledge these things about myself. And I appreciate that I'm going to acknowledge these things about myself. And I didn't wait for 2025 or 2024 or 2026 to say, I'm going to do better. I'm not waiting for Thanksgiving to be thankful for my family or for my kids or for my fiance or my wife or for money in my pocket or clothes on my back. I'm not waiting for Valentine's Day to tell my woman, I love you, I appreciate you. I'm not waiting for a birthday to tell one of my kids, I love you, so on and so forth. I'm doing that free spirited and free hearted. But I'm also going to acknowledge if I'm not doing it, I'm not going to start doing it. So if I ain't been a good father, allegedly to one of my kids, I ain't gonna start being a good one. And if I've been a great father, I'm gonna continue that pattern because I don't want somebody to tell me, "Oh, you inconsistent." So if I ain't been speaking to certain people or certain family members, I ain't gonna start because I don't want somebody to say, "Oh, you inconsistent." Or you treat this kid better than this kid. You do. So if I just stay away, now they can say I'm saying he been consistent. He ain't been in my life. So now all of a sudden he want to start being in my life. Only way I'm gonna do it if it's a mutual agreement. But I'm not gonna say, okay, yeah, that's my daughter. Let me do this now, and my daughter's not reciprocated back. This is my mother. Let me do this now. My mother not reciprocated back. Or that's my cousin. Let me do this now. Or this is my coworker. Let me do this now, and they not reciprocating it back. It got to be mutual. So we both putting effort and energy into moving forward. But I'm not gonna just do it alone. Of course, I'm gonna put my best foot forward, but it have to be mutual. Same way I'm doing these videos, I appreciate the people that mutually hit the like button or mutually leave a comment. So what I do, I'll go back to their platforms and do the same thing. But I'm not gonna just do it so somebody can stay subscribed to my platform. Again, you don't want to be bothered with me, my content, not interested, don't recommend. It saves a bunch of unnecessary back and forth chitter chatter. And I don't have to allege things and they don't have to allege things. And it keep the world being a better place. That's what I'm about moving forward for the 25. So I appreciate everybody out there. Stay prayed up, keep your head up, stay focused, not just for the new year, but every day, every hour, every second, because time is at a minimum. Everyone is fed up with whatever that is, with finances, with not having enough money, not having enough food, not having enough tolerance to have money, to have food, to be in a good relationship or a good marriage, or co-parenting, or career, or whatever it may be. Not having clothes, not having a place to live, whatever it is, everybody's fed up with something. But what I do, I look in that accountability mirror and look at myself. Because everything starts and stops with me. So for all those who don't like me, no problem. I love me. For all those who love me, I appreciate you. That's how I'm operating. That's how I'm moving. I got to answer up. So I got to answer to God before I got to answer to anybody moving around, whether that's a job, whether that's family, whether that's kids, whether that's wife, fiance, whatever it is. I got to answer to God first. So if somebody like, oh, I'm not responding to them, maybe I'm talking to God at that time. And I ain't worried about them having a problem with me. But this is a fact. They got a problem with God. I don't want to talk. Ain't nothing they can say to me if they got a problem with God. Nothing they can say to me because you got a problem with God. And God wants to help and heal everything and everybody. So again, for the 25, that's where I'm at. So I want to tell everybody, thank you for whoever listened to this video or whoever shared it or whoever liked it, whoever dropped in a comment. I appreciate it. And again, I don't need or looking forward for my videos to trigger anybody or anything. So if that happens before me and anyone goes into a back and forth sparring match on channels, not interested, don't recommend. Keep your head up, stay focused. May God watch, may God bless. Salute to everybody. I'm gone.